welcome back to my channel. My name is Belle and this is the Belle Perspective. Girl, why y'all ain't tell me it was getting a little messy down the Ready to Love? I would have been watched it. I mean, I'm like watching it here and there, but the show is like, you know, it's losing its luster. Anyway, so the episode where they were at the resort, it was a little something. Let's get into it. So I'm gonna mash up the episode when they were at the resort versus when they came home from the resort. So let's start with that because I've got thoughts. Men have the power, or I'm sorry, the women actually have the power to eliminate at the resort. And so they're kind of just running around. I know Randall's stressed out because he's trying to figure out, you know, who he's going to be, who's gonna do what, how are they gonna respond. He knows he's got all these three women. They all have these strong connections with him and they all want him to profess that they like him, that he likes them. I'm kind of looking at Randall like, what is it about Randall that is so appealing? Because these two eyes do not see it. Saying basically this is going to be a couple strip for her and Randall. And I'm looking like, Jamala, girl, first of all, that makeup, girl, blend, girl. And I also need you to put on a finishing spray so it puts a little bit of oomph back into your skin, because that powder that you caked on, girl, you need to balance it with a finishing spray. All right, okay. Charisse and Samson ride in together. Brandy rides in with Trinika and Mike. Brandy basically says that, you know, if Mike decides to cut up, then she's gonna mosey over to Samson's room. For what? You and Samson have no connection. Y'all don't even look good together. It's not even letting Swayze get there. And I'm looking at Swayze like, it took me probably about a good 5 minutes as I was I'm like, I like Swayze. I like him. And if he rolled up, I would oblige. I'm starting to like Swayze. I've always had like a little bit of a respect for him, but now I'm kind of like, yeah, I like Swayze. I do. And I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was nosy. I went onto his Instagram because what I heard is that him and Katie are actually in a relationship for real. I only saw one picture of her where he was like giving her a forehead kiss, but everything else was just him. So I'm not sure if they're really together. She's not concerned. To me personally, I think both Katie and Charisse are annoying, but I respect them in their own right, if that makes sense. Like, I probably would be friends with those two women, but I would know that I've got limitations. Like, okay, girl, I can only hang out with you for 2 hours. Okay, girl, I know I can't do so many things with you because you're gonna get annoying after a while. Understanding how Randall is so appealing. What is it about him that is just so... I don't get it. And I also asked, why the hell is LJ still, why are they still talking about him? Why is he even still here? So I was happy to see he does get eliminated at the end of the episode, but that was Tommy's call. Which again, I'm trying to figure out why he wasn't eliminated from the beginning. He was still sleeping with his ex. What? Anyway, so Mike is asking, they're all sitting on the couch. There's a couple people sitting on the couch. I think it's Mike, Brandy, Katie, and Kayla. And so Mike, being his usual insecure self, he starts to attack Kayla. Now, he doesn't attack her in a overt way. He does it in a covert way, and it's almost kind of like a he critically asks questions just to kind of try to like tear people down. And I finally realized part of the reason why he does that to women specifically, because he doesn't do it to the guys, later on in the episode. And so Katie, who I found out I think is an attorney as well, but Mike turns towards her and says, so why don't you only have one connection? And she was like, what's wrong with only having one connection? I don't need to be, you know, you're only going to need one at the end of the day anyway. So, and I feel like Mike, again, was projecting some sort of he was questioning her critically. And it wasn't in a way that, I don't know. He was just like, oh, so why you only got one connection? You know what I mean? It's just not Anyway, but I love the fact that Katie flipped it back onto him and was like, well, what about you? You got Kayla here and you've got Brandy here. Brandy seems like the woman that you would marry. Kayla seems like the woman you would be sleeping with at the job. And honestly, I feel like Katie said exactly what everyone else is thinking. And I loved how she flipped the heat and put it right back on Mike, because you saw Mike get quiet, child. He was, whoop, he zipped up and didn't say nothing else. And so Kayla goes in and says some foolishness in her confessional about, what does that mean? Because I'm hot and Brandy is the fat woman with the stomach. I was like, why would you, what are you, that's why I don't like Kayla. I do not like Kayla. Insecure. He's a very insecure man. And I feel like Kayla is a woman who is self-assured. She is a woman who is educated and knows where she's going and where she wants to go. And I feel like the security and self-assurance that Kayla exudes is both scary but also fascinating to Mike. So I feel like it's kind of like a relationship, the relationship people have with fire, right? So it's fascinating, it's beautiful sometimes, it's it can help generate life, right? But it's also very dangerous if you're not handling it properly. Okay, so I feel like Mike has a relationship with Kayla like people have a relationship with fire. And I ain't gonna lie, I was like, Swayze. I was feeling a little, I was like, okay. Yes, I was like, all right, okay, that's, y'all cute or whatever. Y'all cute, that was kind of cute in the kitchen. Jamala pretty much is basically showing Randall that she's super insecure. People are saying it, and so I feel like Trinika was using that. Trinika's giving me fake pick-me vibes. It's just something about her. I feel like the person that she's presenting isn't really the person who she really is. And I felt like when she got eliminated in this episode that just passed, I feel like we got to see who she really was. I don't know about Trinika. So she's basically saying, you know, I tried to, you know, rationalize my emotions. Is this a rational emotion or irrational emotion? It's like, Trinika, girl, stop. This is not gonna get you anywhere except for eliminated. Like your ass just got eliminated. Girl, go on. So Jamala and Randall, again, girl, finishing spray. I need you to get that powder. Get that powder out your face, girl. Get the powder out your face, because it's crazy. It makes you look crazy and caked up. So anyway, Jamala, Kayla, and Randall were at the hot tub, and they were kind of like hanging out a little bit, talking. And then Kayla and Randall ended up going to either Kayla's room or Randall's room. I think it was Randall's room, because Kayla's stuff or Jamala's stuff was in there. And Jamala decides to come back up to go back into the room and grab her hat while they were in the room together. Girl, the weirdest thing. Like, why? Why are you tiptoeing? Oh, it's okay. It's fine, babe. It's okay. You're good. It just caught me off guard and made me laugh. I get it. It's hard. You like him. And I can also be a control freak. That's the control, the need to control. I get it. I'm also one of those needs to control type of people. But girl, you scale it back, dial it back. You'll lose more going the route that you're going. LJ calls Trinika, still trying to figure out why he was on there. Again, he ends up getting eliminated at the end of the episode. Charisse and Samson, super awkward. Charisse is basically saying, I need more from you. I need to open up. I need you to talk to me about your hopes and your dreams and your fears and your aspirations and where you see yourself and what you want to do and all of these different things. And Samson just isn't really giving that to her. And what I was thinking was, is he doing this because he can't really take a game show seriously? Like, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, this is not a regular scenario. You're actually meeting this person on TV. And there are incentives for staying on the show longer, you know. And there's also kind of like, how do I know that you're really interested in me for me? So I'm wondering if Samson is trying to keep his guard up because he knows that it's a game show and he doesn't know if he can really take this process seriously. I'm not making excuses for him, but that was my thought, and I think he kind of alluded to it in this next episode as well. So dinner party, end up all getting together again at the resort, and they talk about what drove you. The question was, what drove you to this process? Trinika says something, and it drove Randall to tears. And I was wondering what was said that was so moving, because Randall literally was crying. I was like, is he crying? Oh, girl, what you said? And so I'm kind of like wondering what the editing process is with Ready to Love, because they literally, I don't know. I don't know. They chopped that up, and I'm trying. What she said, what I heard on TV was not enough to put me to tears, but I don't know. Anyway, they all resort to the fact that they say love is scary, right? And it really can be. It really can be. Yeah, Mike ends up sleeping in the same bed with Brandy. We already knew that they were sleeping together. I feel like that's why Mike is giving her the most play. Girl. And this wasn't the first time we knew they were sleeping. Girl, go on, girl. Anyway, it's Swayze, Samson. Tommy steps in and says, we're going to eliminate LJ. We're not going to eliminate Samson or Swayze. Honestly, I think that they need to stop eliminating people once the numbers start to get even and people are actually attracted to one person. Like, at this point, once you get to the resort, I don't think there needs to be any more elimination. I think people just need to figure out who they're going to make their final decision for or about, if that makes any sense. I don't think that there needs to be any further eliminations, because at this point it's not even like people who actually are in a like each other, like so Swayze and Kadian. So you mean tell me you would have voted Kadian or Swayze off and Kadian would have just been sitting there looking crazy, trying to force a connection with somebody else who she really isn't interested in? It doesn't make sense. I'm just okay. So the last episode where they played a game, which I was not here for this game. Sister and Her Mister is what it was called. Why did the men not get tested? Why did it have to be the women fighting for the man's affection, fighting to show and prove that she knows her man? Like, what? This show continually perpetuates pick me bullshit, and I'm over it. I'm Kayla almost about to fight. I mean, not literally, but you could tell how uncomfortable the women were. And it was just such a awkward moment. And if we were going to play this game, why wasn't it both? Because men should know what's going on with these women as well. Anyway, so it was Mike and Kayla, Trinika and Randall, and that were the last any couple. It ended up being Swayze and Katie, and ended up getting it wrong in the first place. They really do need to be working on their communication. I'm wondering if it's just sexual chemistry that they have together, because you can actually feel it. You can actually feel it when you see it on that TV. Anyway, so, and even I knew he appreciated a big family instead of a big wallet. I'm like, girl, what? But anyway, so, and that was a question. Does Swayze prefer a big family over a big, big wallet? And Katie put big wallet. Swayze put big family. And I'm like, girl, I would have put big family. I don't even know. I ain't never met this man a day in my life, and I know it was big family. But whatever. So, Kayla and Mike, so they're asking, like, does he prefer vanilla over chocolate? Did he go to college? What school did he go to? And Kayla guessed U of M, and he said no, he didn't go to college at all. And I said, bingo, that's it. Mike is one of those kind of men who are intimidated by a woman who is educated. I feel like that's why he has so much smoke for the Kadians, the Kaylas, the women who have actually gone to school, the women who are really intelligent and have no problem expressing their intellectual prowess. Like these women are intelligent, and I think that he's super insecure with those kinds of women. That's one of the reasons why Kadian really gets on his nerves. He does not like her because she makes him feel this small. And I said, that's it. That's it right there. That's it. That's part of it. That is part of it right there. So as Kayla was getting the answers right, Jamala was getting all upset. And it was funny because both Jamala and Brandy got eliminated in the first round of questions. And these are the two women that the other men have no problem showing everyone else that they like them, if that makes sense. Kayla said, Randall said, I am happy to be going on this date with Trinika, but I'm concerned about what Jamala is thinking. If you're concerned about what Jamala is thinking, then Jamala is the person that you want to be with. Like, I'm not understanding why we still have to go through these games. Like, why do we have to play this game anymore? If Jamal is the person that you're thinking about when you're about to go on a date with somebody else and you're concerned about what they're thinking, then maybe it's Jamala that you need to be with, right? Then Kayla said something interesting. It's a beautiful date, and I think that they're wasting their date. The date is being wasted on Tronika and Randall because everyone knows that they don't really have a strong connection. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, that's interesting. So they go on this date. It's like meditation. They're looking into each other's eyes. It's like a song bowl or sound bowl, whatever you call it. And this lady's basically doing all the root chakra, chakra stuff. No disrespect, but I don't know the proper term for it. So they're kind of, it's a little awkward. To me, the date was completely awkward the whole time with both Randall and Tronika. And I was just like, she was trying hard. She was doing a lot. Just being her usual disingenuous self. She just doesn't give me real. Do my whole notes. Kayla needs to go home. She really needs to go home. I personally don't care for her like that, but I also know that it would be doing her a favor if she went home because Mike is not it. And Randall isn't it either. Randall is interested in someone else. And so it just, I just wrap it up. Just wrap it up. Hang it up. Flat screen. Let's go. I'm tired. Let's hurry and get this over. Samson and Charisse, again. I like Charisse. I have respect for her. I see what she's trying to do with Samson. I see what she's asking for, but I don't think that Samson is going to give that to her. And I think that he's made it clear that it's only been a couple weeks. He kept saying that. If you heard him, I feel like he was saying it's only been a couple weeks. And so you're asking for more than I can give you within this small time frame. And so I don't know if he really takes this show seriously or he takes this process seriously because it's just a show. And I understand that. That makes sense. And so now I'm questioning whether or not these game shows are even the format to even fall in love, maybe just to introduce you to someone, but not necessarily set a real, like really be with that person. Mike is having a date with Kayla. Randall has a date with Tronika. Both these women they know something isn't right. To me, my takeaway is the man who has no problem showing everyone else that he likes you is the man for you. Nobody was doing that for Kayla. And I think Mike came up to her and apologized to her and, tried to explain himself, but he waited until everybody else disappeared. I can't. So anyway, Mike and Kayla sitting down. He then again starts to try to pick her apart like he usually does with every woman, especially a woman he's intimidated by. Only the women he really typically is intimidated by. Mike says, "Oh, if LJ was still here, you'd have a connection." Sir, you know good and damn well who her connection is. You bullshitting. You bullshitting. You trying to blame it on her and make it seem you're trying to redirect it and deflect. I have no respect. No respect for that. Then he starts asking her how, basically, I didn't think that you had a connection. She basically says, Mike, you were my connection. Well, I know you had a connection with Randall. I think you just picked me because Randall had 2 other women. Mike, again, you're trying to question her allegiance to you. You're questioning whether she really actually likes you and you know the truth. And he did that as a power move. That would have made me hang it up. I'll cut this. I'm tired. I'm not about to do this. I think Kayla needs to go home. I really do. Tronika got eliminated. She didn't handle it well, but I knew she wasn't really who she says she is, this bubbly. That's not her. No, that's not her. I think that, I don't really know who she is, but every time I eliminate, Tronika gets eliminated. Kayla stays. I don't know why. She needs to go home. Mike, Kayla, if you eliminate yourself, you'll be doing yourself a whole favorite girl. Mike is not it. Randall likes Jamala, and I feel like he likes Jamala because she is that fiery woman who just is very strong, and Randall is not that guy. I feel like he gravitates towards her because of that. Anyway, we'll see at the end. Honestly, this show, I don't know if I'm going to continue to review it. I'll wrap up this season, but I'm really tired of it. If you made it, you watched this video all the way to the end, you might as well go ahead and subscribe. Might as well like the video. Make sure you like the video, comment, and subscribe to my channel. My name is Belle. This has been The Belle Perspective, and I will see you at the next one. Take care. You